Hello, dynamic stars. How are you doing? It's been a minute and I'm back with another Lumoona crystal video. So I'm going to do it a little different this time because so many people have reached out and asked questions about it. Is it a scam? Is it this? Is it that? Is it blah, 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 blah? I didn't hear from them. And I just want to share my experience. I don't know about anybody else's. This is mine. And I have gotten crystals from them every month now for like 7 months. I have all of these bags, all of them. And these were the first two, and then they switched over to the branded bags. So I wanted to kind of go through all of them. You've seen some of them before, but I wanted to do it this way. And what I'm going to do is introduce myself. Jumping right in. I am Azurite 22, coming to you as always to bring your intuition to the fore, your fore, so that you can have more in your life. So I wanted to do a video where, yes, I show the crystals that I received from Lumoona, but I also wanted to do like a channeled message for the crystals that are in each of these for everyone viewing. So you're not just seeing what I got from Lumoona, but you're going to get a little message if you'd like. If you don't want the message, you just want to see the video, just click through or just watch through till you see all of the crystals. Up to you. So, are you ready? Oh, one more thing. I'm going to do an advertisement. I don't know if you know, because I really haven't really been saying, but I finally finished that course I was threatening to do like 2 years ago. How to communicate with your spirit guides or angels. So I did a course on Thinkific. It is completed. All of the modules are there. You just go at your own pace. It's self-paced. And if you have questions, feel free to email me. If there are other things that you feel you want to know or you're ready for the next level, let me know that too. I will have the link below so you can check that out. The very first module is absolutely free for you to check it out, see if you like it, see if it resonates, see if you want to know more. Okay? So again, link below. And now we're going to get into the Lumoona crystal. Oh, take a deep breath. I'm not doing it in any order. I'm not going to tell you month 1, month 2. I don't remember. But here's the first one. They send you a cute little card. And this one is the Rainbow Aura Quartz and Amethyst cluster. These were like one of the first ones that I received. So beautiful, right? And that was the Amethyst cluster. So I wrote some notes down. I went digging online so that I can have something to talk to you about specifically. Aura Rainbow Quartz, Aura Titanium Quartz is man-made. However, it is deeply entwined with the spiritual realms. I mean, just looking at it, you kind of almost want to go 4D, 5D, you know? And when in terms of meditation, it can be very calming, and you can feel the opening, the allowing of self to trust enough to maybe do some traveling. That's what this is for. Amethyst cluster, I mean, we all know it's so protective, it's so calming. Third eye, crown chakra. It relieves stress and strain, soothes irritability, balances your emotions, kind of keeps the mood swings from going too far. So if we were doing a reading now, we're going to do a bit of a channeled reading. with those two crystals, right? This is all about really rising, elevating your energy and essence away from some of the things that are keeping you, at, I won't say low level, but at the state that you are now. This is rising above the status quo, whatever that is, whatever level that is for you, and moving forward. Because if you allow yourself to stay there, you're missing your potential. You're missing that next beat. And maybe, next lifetime you have to come back and really push hard and get that done. Because with these two, these are very high vibrating crystals already. And Spirit is wanting you to do that thing that you already know. For many of you, there is a project. This project is something that's been on your heart, something that's been deep in your mind, and you've been saying, I don't know, I don't think I can do that. It's a lot. And if not, I don't know, it's a lot. Then it's, well, what about this? What about that? What about my stability? What about? And it's always what about. It's always something in the way of you doing what you're supposed to be doing. I keep seeing a guitar. I don't know if it's playing the guitar. I don't know if you need to give a guitar to your spirits, put it on their table. Maybe there's a person that you're supposed to work with who plays the guitar. You need to get that guitar in the place that it's supposed to be so that you can complete a step and move forward in your evolution. So that is a very specific message for someone. For everyone else, it is time to level up, do those meditations. And what does do those meditations mean? You literally can sit with some quiet music that you really enjoy, and sit quietly and just surrender to the peace and the calm of that moment, of that time, eyes closed, and ask your guides to speak to you. Ask them to tell you what is next, what you want, what they want for you to do. And listen. And don't be afraid, because what comes through might be something that is a little challenging, and it may take lots of steps for you to get to that thing, but it's worth every step, and you will see the doors open. All right, that is rainbow aura quartz. I actually call it titanium quartz, and amethyst cluster. And on the card it says rainbow aura quartz, peace, harmony, energy, cleansing, positivity. Amethyst quartz, knowledge, awareness, balance, calm, protection. So they just give you basic hits. You have to go and do your own research to see what is what. All right, what's in this bag? Hope you enjoyed your reading. Now, these are all Lumoona crystals that I received from Lumoona. I did a subscription with them. I paused it for a while. I'm doing a lot of things, as I mentioned in my previous video, giving you an update. I'm in school, so for clinical mental health counseling, so it's just a lot going on right now. So I'm doing my best to incorporate time in my schedule to do videos, because I enjoy doing them. I enjoy being here with you, sharing, listening, having conversation between us. I really miss that. I miss my YouTube fans and friends. Forget fans, friends. Many of you, I mean, we chat, we vibe, So I don't want to lose that, and I don't want you guys to think, oh, she forgot about us. No, I didn't. you know me by now. My head goes like this when a lot of stuff is happening, which is why you see I'm trying to get more groundedness for myself, get more healing into my own self so that I don't feel quite so overwhelmed by the 3D, the things we have to do to survive in this world, as well as incorporating, the spiritual aspect of ourselves. And I say that as I'm holding pyrite and the lovely, what is that again? Malachite. I always want to say it's jade. Can you believe that? It's mad at me for saying that. Oh. Of course it did. Y'all, who wants to run from my malachite? All right, let's go straight to malachite. We're going straight to malachite. And of course, I don't have my notes on malachite. What kind of craziness is this? Oh, there it is. It's a healing stone. So who's running from the healing? Because you saw that. It dropped and then it dropped again. It dropped twice. So we're going straight into this message because we're going to get the meaning out of it right away. It's very useful for, female cramping. You all know what that means. It helps with childbirth, aids midwives in their task. It can lower blood pressure. It treats asthma. It absorbs negative energies and pollutants. And it also clears EMFs. Can you believe that? Can you see that? Look how beautiful that is, right? There you go. See? Other side. Really pretty pattern. Okay. You can place it on clear quartz and in the sun to clean it and clear it. It dropped twice. Why? What's going on with those of you who probably chose this pile, this one? There's so many things happening in your life right now, right? That, your focus is all over the place. You're kind of wanting a way out. So you think you can duck, bob, and weave and get away from it, right? You can't. You can't run away from your body and health. You can't run away from taking care and maintaining your body the way it's supposed to be maintained, right? So some of this is buckling down and doing the things that you need to do for your healing. For some of you, you are getting ready for childbirth or possibly in the early stages or somewhere in childbirth, probably in the early stages. It's imperative for you to slow down, put your feet up, take preventative action so that everything goes smoothly. The way you start is the way you end, right? And then we have pyrite, fool's gold. And it's a strong ally in the search for enlightenment. See how beautiful that sparkle is? It gives us strength and courage to do the difficult mental work to see the truth that's often hidden between greed and lies. It's a crystal of self-realization. And it encourages us to take action for our spiritual ideals and live with great integrity. So when you pair that with this malachite, because this one dropped twice, all of the positivity that we get here, the fortitude, the gumption to stick to our disciplined plan, that's what we need. We need to marry those two energies together so that we're focused very much on our health, on our strength, on our well-being. That includes our mental health and mental well-being, because many times we take on so much, we allow others to have challenges and we help them. But then when it's time for us to do what we need to do, we don't have no reserves left because we gave it to everybody else, right? So, get on your grind. Get on your grind. All right. This one says for natural pyrite, purity, leadership, stable, creativity, strength. For malachite, manifestation, transformation, activation, protection, and healing. Everything that I found was focused on healing, so I'm just going to go that way. But there are many, many uses. But remember, I'm showing you what I got, and I'm channeling a message for you all. That was pile number 2. So we had pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Probably should have been doing that all along, right? All right, so this one is Tiger's Eye and clear quartz point. Look at that beauty. Isn't that gorgeous? You see the flash? And a gorgeous point. I mean, I got some really beautiful crystals from them. I mean, look at this. Just stunning, right? Why am I hearing level up, level up, level up, level up, level up? Don't mind me, I don't know. I just, with these two together, if you like these and you chose pile 3, come on now, you know what it is. Get like Sierra, level it up, simply because that's the time, that's what we needed to be. Inner strength, self-confidence. This is the Tiger's Eye. Believed to bring balance and harmony. Isn't that just stunning, this piece? It's really nice. Especially for our solar plexus chakra, all right? It gives us a sense of personal power, self-worth, traditionally used to ward off, spells and things like that, ill will, let's just say. And the ancient Egyptians believed that the iridescence in this expressed divine vision and used it as the eyes for the deities that they constructed. That's powerful, and I did not know that piece. I was like, whoa, okay. And then crystal points. Well, of course, quartz of any kind enhances. So you pair it with somebody or some other crystal, another spiritual entity. It amplifies it, makes it bigger and broader. And with the point, you can direct it. So you literally, if you wanted to wrap them together, if, really wanted it, you can wrap it. And this way you can point it at yourself. You can do various things to direct the energy where you needed it to be. See, isn't that kind of cool? I heard that level up. But what are you doing? I mean, of course, there's always the usual scenarios of girlfriend, boyfriend, this and that, and allowing your needs to be, overshadowed by theirs. But there are opportunities being presented to you that you're not really going for. Why? Because maybe there's a little fear. Maybe there's some PTSD and you haven't really worked through it yet. Maybe that there's a little voice in your head that belongs to this, that, the other, or the third family member, friend, something you saw on TV when you were a kid. Something is there holding you back from really going for it, right? With this combination, you need to identify what that is. And at this particular time, when I'm filming this is July 23rd, during Venus retrograde. So Venus retrograde is talking about your relationships. So relationship with others, relationship with the family, relationships with everybody, including relationship with self. With this particular combination, what is pulling you back, holding you back, giving you pause so that you're not doing all of the things that you could be doing to level yourself up, go to that next level and stretch yourself, because that's what it is. This is stretching and growing into that person that you've always wanted. What was the ideal when you were young? when you were younger, not young. Sometimes we don't know what we want to do when we're young. We figure it out later on. But then we put it aside because this. Forget all of that. Wipe it clean. What do you want now? What have you always wanted but put to the side because of? It's now time, in this time of Venus retrograde, to sit down and reflect on that so that you are clear once we come out of this September 3rd. September 3rd is the last day, so September 4th we're out. Venus will go straight again. This is a time for inner evaluation and introspection, because you have to really look at things and understand why, what's underneath it. I mean, literally go, all right, something stupid. I really don't like spinach. I have no idea why I don't like spinach. I know that it gives me the iron that I need. It gives me all of the phytonutrients. It gives me that chlorophyll that I really need. My body will be invigorated by it. It's a powerhouse, yet I can't stand the stuff. Is there anything that has stopped me before? I mean, did I have an experience with it? What happened? Maybe you'll remember your mother forced you, your dad forced you, your auntie forced you to eat it when you were 4, and you overturned the plate, knocked it over on the floor, creating a mess because, they put all this other stuff on it. And, you got beat, or you just remembered how they looked at you like, oh my God, what happened? Or whatever they did. And maybe that put you off from it and you forgot. But this is what I'm saying. You have to sit back and go back in time in your mind to see what that was. Because that thing that happened all the way back over yonder is stopping you today, right now, in this moment. And that's what leveling up is, to recognize and use this as a launch pad to go. Because that's what this quartz is. It emphasizes and accelerates you to go. Tiger's Eye, focus, mental clarity, luck, inner strength, protection. Clear quartz, clarity, manifestation, focus, wisdom, healing. All right, so this one is 3. I'm gonna try and keep this straight here. I'm gonna take one of the black bags. Let's see what this one is. Ooh, Labradorite Moonstone Sodalite Bracelets. Look at that flash. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh God, the iridescence on that is just lovely. And the sodalite, oh God, they're beautiful. I love the crystals that Lumoona has sent me. So, Labradorite Moonstone, Metamorphosis, Psychic Sight, Imagination, Transformation, and Sodalite Bracelet. Royalty, Inspiration, Integration, Communication. Let's look at my notes, shall we? For the Labradorite, I have had an obsession with Labradorite for the last, 2 or 3 weeks. I've just been on a hunt for a particular kind of Labradorite, and I haven't been able to find it, right? Literally today, while going through my crystals, I found the Labradorite bracelet, the very thing that I was searching for in the store that I couldn't find. And that's because Spirit is like, she doing so much, she forgot. She got so many things, she forgot. Let's help her out this time. Yeah, they helped me out. It was sitting at the bottom of one of my crystal bowls filled with crystals. That's why I didn't see it. So what is Labradorite all about? It helps one regain energy while aiding the body and spirit in healing oneself, especially for people who tend to overwork. Slide to the left. It creates a shield for one's aura, protects them from negativity in the world. A stone of transformation stimulates the throat chakra. Isn't that just stunning, right? And the sodalite. supports communication, enhances intuition, encourages mental clarity, boosts clairvoyance and intuition. So this is the powerhouse here. So I'm clearly seeing with this that this pile is like mother issues kind of pile. You can't always make it right. You can't wave a magic wand and things get better. While I'm not a fan of the phrase, it is what it is. You can't control what you can't control. What's in your hand is what you can control. If it is out of your hands, you cannot control it. It is there. You can't allow yourself to get torn up by the things, the people, the mothers or mother figure, or the person who gives nurture, whoever that person is, destroy you. You can't let the wall or the obstacle that is between the two of you destroy the life that you are supposed to lead. And you're like, where is this mother stuff coming from, right? The sodalite, yes, it's got the blue color to it, but it's communication. So an intuition, and corresponds to your third eye. And my third eye is literally telling me there are mother issues for those of you who chose this pile. You can, if you have a piece of Labradorite, hold it and really ask for, put the intention in that you have good communication, clear communication with those that you may be having trouble with, whether it's mother figure or not. I'm specifically targeting or seeing those with the mother issues with this, but for anyone you're having communication issues with, focus on speaking clearly, detailing in your mind and in your communication. I feel unheard sometimes when you speak, especially when you say and then you repeat what it is that they said exactly as they said. When you say things like that, it makes me feel, insignificant, as if it doesn't really matter what I feel, what I say, what I do, who I am. And that's just my feeling, but I wanted to share how I feel. And I'm just wondering, how do you feel about what I just said? And go from there. Do not say anything about what they said and this. It's about how you feel, how their actions, their words made you feel, and communicate that. I feel really upset when, I'm receiving this, and I'm kind of at my wit's end about what to do. And that's why I wanted to tell you how I feel, because, maybe you don't know how it makes me feel, and see what happens, because maybe nothing will happen. Maybe they will yell at you some more, but you have shared, you have used your throat chakra to communicate, and you are allowing your ancestors, your spirit guides, to work through your third eye and pull just the right words with the proper emotions to align yourself to truth, high truth. And that's what needs to happen. If you chose this pile 4, this is a very high level of communication, high emotional intelligence, reading the body language of the other person, checking to make sure your body language is appropriate and neutral so that you're not doing anything triggering. You know, if you know they don't like a certain smell, don't wear the goddamn smell. If you know they don't like a color, don't wear the color. Do not provoke them unconsciously or consciously, which means pay attention to everything. Just don't throw on stuff just because and then that be a trigger factor. All of that is communication. So your nonverbal communication as well as your actual communication. Understand? Of course you understand. You're here. You understand. People at work too. Yeah, I know. They're like a different breed, but yeah, people at work. You need to be able to communicate with them clearly in the same way. It is not emotion for emotion and like, oh, that. No, we're not doing that. With this combination, it is the mature you, the higher level you that is communicating and interfacing with the world. I like that combination. That's a really cool one. All right, we're going to go to another green bag. All of these are crystals from Lumoona. They're a great company. They allow you to get a mystery set of crystals every single month. And, you know, I did the VIP one, so that was like $17.95 a month. And you get 2 crystals. You don't know what you're going to get, but it's always something fun and exciting, as I've been showing you. And Tiger's Eye and Tourmaline. Isn't that gorgeous? That big, nice chunk. Look at that. So this is my second Tiger's Eye piece that they sent to me. So black tourmaline, protection, alchemy, grounding, stress relief, balance, Tiger's Eye bracelet. Focus, mental clarity, luck, inner strength, protection. So my notes on black tourmaline, because of course I've talked about black tourmaline. You use it for protection. You use it for the corners of your house. You use it for grounding yourself. You use it for pulling up that energy from the earth into your body by holding on to this. This really helps you to hone in on that, because this, the darkness of it, the gravity, just the whole vibe of it's solid in your hand, and it just feels just like it's always going to be there. You will never be alone. That's the energy of tourmaline. That's what you're looking for any kind of work, for protection, for securing things, for tying things down, tying things up. You can use it for any of these. It's really multi-purpose. Excuse me, got a cold, trying to get over it. Promotes inspiration, happiness, reduces fear, and builds self-confidence. Brings peace of mind, tranquility, so that you can connect more easily with your spirit guides. Transmutes negative energy into positive energy, right? And we talked about Tiger's Eye, inner strength, self-confidence, believed to bring balance and harmony to one's center, especially solar plexus, sense of personal power and self-worth. That's what it helps to bring to you. And remember, I talked about, I don't know, well, another pal got it as well. I got another piece. The ancient Egyptians thought that the iridescence was the essence and expression of the divine. So they used Tiger's Eye as the eyes of the deities that they constructed. So for this pile, very different kind of energy from the first pile that had Tiger's Eye, which was pile 3. You might want to go back to that one and check that out. This is about tying back to your ancestors, going back to a time when things were different. You were different. You had a different stature, status in community. And you don't feel that way now. Go back, Sankofa, go back, look at it, and bring it back with you into this life, into this time, into this realm, so that you are able to function in your true self, in your true essence, so that you can get back on track with your incarnation, your purpose on this earth, because you're living a good life. Those of you who have this pile, you got this. You got the steadiness happening. You have the money coming in. You feel very much like a Taurus, like very, very much bringing in what you need to bring in. It may feel like you're always racing to get it, you're always hustling to do it, but you do it, you get it done. That's your first order of business. But you let your magic tortoise fall. You've got to get your magic tortoise back. That's a line from an E King hexagram, and of course, the line escapes me, the hexagram escapes me. When your magic tortoise goes away, your magic tortoise is your own magic, your own special touch that you put on the situation. You've allowed that thing to go dormant. You've got to bring it back. You've got to make it the eye of who you are now. The same way the ancient Egyptians used the tiger's eye as the eye for the deities, you almost need to look through them to see what you see, to remember and recall who you were, maybe not even hundreds and hundreds or millennia ago, but maybe only a couple of lifetimes, maybe a couple of years ago. Because sometimes as we go through life, no matter what stage you are, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 80s, 90s, you forget that driving force that was there, the things that made you happy, and you've got to bring it back into focus. Ground yourself with knowledge that it wasn't always like this, and I can change it and bring it back to what I need it to be right now. And that's what this is the reading for you. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. That was pile 5. All right. Pile 6. Let's see what you have. Oh, yeah, this one was a nice one. I remember this. An Amazonite bracelet. Isn't that super gorge? I know. Isn't that like amazing? Is it in focus there? It's a little better. I don't know if you can see the beautiful patterns on there. And then an Abalone pendant. Isn't that just amazing? I guess I could do it like this so you can see it better. Right? Just stunning. And then they gave me a little, necktie. Necklace, leather necklace. So this says compassion, confidence, emotional balance, sensitivity for the Abalone shell. And Amazonite, sincerity, adoration, psychic speech, and healing. So my notes has it as Amazonite opens the heart chakra, soothes emotional trauma, promotes creativity, helps one move beyond fears of judgment or fear of failure. It helps us cultivate balance to ask ourselves if our thoughts and actions are in line with our true values. It urges us to fight for equality in the world, right? And then for the Abalone, where did I put that? Sometimes me and my notes. Oh, there. Symbol of the great seas and oceans. A deep connection with the divine feminine. Replenishes one's soul. These shells were once used as currency by Native Americans on the west coast of the United States. So both of these stones are healing. One could say this is healing of divine feminine. One could say this is healing of basically your whole body, including your heart chakra. Yes, I know it's blue, it's supposed to be throat chakra, but just the blue quality, the blue light energy coming from that goes along with divine feminine, lady of the water, oceanic kind of vibes and energy. It reminds me of Larimar. Of course, it doesn't have the beautiful white and the cloudy, puffy gorgeousness of Larimar, but it gives me that vibe of it. And of course, some turquoise also, right? And I keep hearing, stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with yourself in the sense of you already know. This is straightforward. If you think somebody lied, they did. They did. You use your intuition. Really lean into that divine feminine, whether you're male or female. Lean into that divine feminine and really trust your instincts. They are on point. When you've been lied to about anything, it almost wants you to question everything that came before. While I'm not saying question everything, you definitely should look into some other things that you just took for granted before because everything was cool and copacetic. But if you have come to this reading in this pile, the message that I am getting is, yeah, it was a lie. That particular thing, not true. Why though? Not always is it a lie just to whatever. Sometimes it's a lie of omission. Sometimes it's a lie to quote unquote protect you. Sometimes it's a lie straight up to hide the things that people are doing, you know? And I see videos now 4236, and that 42 is the number 6. Maybe you're a life path 6. Maybe you feel like you are the mother in this situation, again with that divine feminine. And if you are, not saying you are a life path 6, maybe you have a 6 somewhere prominent in your life. You feel like you have to take care of and nurture and be that one. But then when you're lied to, it makes it very difficult. But with that energy, how do you move in that situation? Maybe you're not the mother. Maybe you are a good friend. Maybe you are the wife. Maybe you are the coworker. Maybe you are the supervisor. Depending upon your station, your status in the situation, you have to decide how you're going to move. Everybody is going to be different. I cannot tell you how to handle it because there are many, many people watching this. But the main message is it's a lie. And you're going to have to deal with it accordingly. If it is one too many, the needle that broke the camel's back, it feels very much like a serious conversation has to be had, or there are going to be consequences. If this is the first time, the person has to be put on notice, put on blast, so that they know if you're giving them a break. This is it after this, because the mother, the divine mother, everybody thinks she's a pushover. Everybody thinks that, right? She's not. Think of Hecate. She is the great mother. She has been around before the Titans. She is not a pushover. She has seen it all, been there, heard it, all of it. She takes. And then when she's done, she's just going to look at you. And it sees the big old hole with the jagged stuff coming out of it. She's not going to warn you. She ain't even going to look over there to give you any clue. She's just going to be like, you're going to walk over there? Okay. And she's going to go the other way. That is also a mother, because sometimes people do not listen. You talk, you do, and then they come back and they do what they do. And it's time for them to feel. Sometimes life has to give them that example and not you, because you tried. You tried. And this is why I say maybe you are a life path 6, because that is the way you do it. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me turn myself into a pretzel. Let me try that. It's time for you to stop doing all of that, because whatever it is, they were wrong. Whether they like, they're wrong. Dead wrong. And this is not about you saving their behinds again. So I take back what I said earlier. I'm hearing the message full and clear. It is now for them to get whatever karma it is that they're going to get from their actions. You will respond how you want to, but this is the message. Take it or leave it. And remember, Amazonite bracelet, psychic speech, healing, adoration, sincerity. Those are all the things you have been. Now it's time for you to receive those things back. Oh, I'm going to just put it back out. See, I'm putting it away because it's like, I'm done. And that's exactly it. You're done. That's what you need to say to them. You're done. All right. Lumoona, last one. Number 7. All right. This one is sky blue Celestite crystal cluster. Isn't that lovely? On matrix. Oh God, I love that. And then of course we have clear quartz crystal cluster. Getting hot. And of course, and I'm sitting here like, with the Celestite, this is the lightness, the beauteousness, the very, very high energetic crystal. But I'm hot as heck right now. So that means there's, a disconnect between the situation that is at hand and you. So how are you going to get yourself back in alignment? With Celestite, it's associated with divine power. It brings inner peace. The thought is to increase understanding, to help you to get to that place where all things are known about that situation you're dealing with. Higher consciousness as well as mindfulness, cleanses the aura as it aligns our physical body with our spiritual body. Celestite activates the throat chakra, third eye, and crown chakras, believed by some to attract angels and guides. Okay? So I'm hot. Meanwhile, this crystal is cool and collected and calm. So what part of you is fighting with the other part of you, or fighting in the situation with people in situations? I mean, it feels like you go at it in blows with folks. Because I'm not sure it's for all of you internal. This feels very externalized and just like really like ready to lose it. in the worst way possible, with maybe long-term, ties with people. Because this crystal quartz point, again, it amplifies whatever it's around. And this is calmness, but I was feeling like, just a heat wave hit me with this. And I was feeling fine for all of the others, for the 6 others. With this, that heat came. So because of the crystals you got and the amplification factor, you got to be as cool as a cucumber. I don't know how you're going to do that. Maybe you need to get some celestite. Maybe you need to get some kind of quartz, any kind of quartz, selenite, something to help you to hold on to and breathe it out. Put it by your heart chakra like this and just really ask your guides the angels to just take this away so that you can see straight, you can hear straight, you can feel straight. You can ground yourself, because that flush of heat, seeing red, we need you to see clear. We need you to see what it is so that you can be the best you possible. And you're not going to be that way if you're just revved up and ready to roll over people, flatten everything in your path and in your sight. Drink some chamomile tea, drink some cucumber water, maybe have some green juices, things to cleanse you out. Maybe do some a little lime, cucumber, and celery juice with maybe you could just add a little bit of pineapple to give you a little bit of that sweetness. Not too much. The majority of the other stuff, the pineapple, just to give you a little sweetness on the palate. If you can do without the sweetness on the palate, just do that, so that you can clean and clear out your body and flush out some of the heat and the indignation, because that's what I feel very much from those of you who chose pile 7. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. But the energy that I felt with this is very much like you're not going to see straight. You're just not going to see straight, because you got it all in your mind about what it is, what it was about, how and who and what and where. At this moment, even if they were hella wrong. Okay, let's say somebody stepped on somebody's toe. Yeah, I was wrong. You went so left with it and you blew up so big, it was almost as if they declared war on the other person. That is your reaction. So your reaction is out of context, out of proportion for what was done. That's the message here. So I am not saying the person was right. I am saying your reaction is a little bit too much for what did happen. So that begs the question, what are you reacting to? What is it that you're not telling the person, and you're blowing up at them for it, but you're not telling them? This is the classic thing. They did something minor and you blew at them like okay, so if the person is cheating, but you didn't catch them, but you saw something and you kind of heard it, and then they put the milk in the refrigerator without putting the top on, and you go nuts on them like they killed somebody, and the person's like, here's the cap, I'll put it on now. That doesn't even stop. You continue to, because you're not even yelling at them for that. You are yelling at them because of that other thing that you don't want to talk about. You gotta talk about it. Celestite. What did it say? associated with divine power. It helps bring inner peace. You're not going to have inner peace if you don't bring up the elephant in the room, or the elephant in your spirit. The truth that you know that you are waiting for them to come and confess to you. No. Get it out. This is that situation where you have to call a spade and just be like, look, I know this. Yeah, I blew up at you for that, but I wasn't ready to talk about it just then. I'm ready to talk about it now when I got all my faculties, because I was just pissed the bleep off. I got myself together and now I'm ready to talk. What you got to say for yourself, and let them talk. Doesn't have to be about cheating. It could be about something else. Maybe they used money and bought a fill in the blank expensive ass car. Expensive ass whatever, fill in the blank. That you discussed, over discussed, had 3 written signatures that they were not going to do it. They went and did it. What you going to do? How you going to do? Because this is not a situation where you are supposed to break it. The covenant, the contract, the thing has been broken, but that doesn't mean that the whole relationship, the whole friendship, the whole, familyhood tie thing is broken. This is, how do we work together? How do I bring my highest self and, talk to the highest part of you, your highest consciousness? How do we get those faculties talking to one another so that we can fix this, so that we can move on and have grown and learned from the situation? So you went hella hot without really dealing in what it was that truly made you upset. So this is a little bit of soul searching to find out what that is. Okay? Do not allow yourself to, transmute the energy into, something else that it's not really right. It's not really the right thing. So bring that clarity, bring that Ma'at into the situation. Ma'at is a beautiful deity from the Egyptian pantheon, where she is truth. She is unconditional love. Literally, one of the images is, if you have pockets, right? You have a left pocket, you have a right pocket, or flip it, whatever, for your side. If you put money in that pocket, is that pocket over there empty? No, it's the same person. It's the same entity. It's the same family. The money is easily transferable. That is the Ma'at. You have to bring that energy of, I love you unconditionally. I would pretty much do anything for you. But this thing over here, yeah, that's not acceptable to me. How are we going to work through this? And when you're hot, you can't have that communication. You can't keep foremost in front of you what's important, which is keeping that relationship together. Keeping it on the rails. Okay? Not go off. So these are my Lumoona crystals. This is pot 7, by the way, if I didn't say it. So these are the crystals that I got from Lumoona. Here, I'll take a, I don't know, can you see it? I'm going to flip it. Anyway, I don't think you can see it that way. So, that was so bad. I'll just take a picture and put it in there and say that I did, but I didn't. You all, thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for following me. I now have like 3,500 viewers or subscriptions. Thank you all. I appreciate you. And I will be coming back and doing more videos and coming to you at least once every 2 weeks, so twice a month at least. I'm going to try and get better and get back to at least once a week with you, but working my schedule that way. So I love you all, and remember that you need to bring your intuition to the fore so that you can have better, more beautiful experiences in your life. And don't forget to check out my Thinkific course, how to connect and communicate with your spirit guides and angels. Bye-bye.